Hello, welcome back to one more episode, finally, of Kev's Workshop. As you can see here, my little cardboard box I'm looking at. Does that give you any hint? Mini models. Basically, end of November in 2025, I had no choice but to head off to New South Wales from Western Australia. While I was over there, I ended up having to stay for 2 weeks. And sadly enough, the reason I had to go over is my father had passed away. So while I was there, I called into Bergs Hobbies before I came back to Perth. And I've got myself something which I've been wanting for many, many years. I sliced the box open just prior to recording. And realistically, for what they are, I've seen this in Bergs Hobbies. I've always wanted a set. It comes complete with the receipt. I'll put to one side. And look at that. That gives you an indication of what's inside the box. As usual, beautiful artwork. I've taken the packaging out so I can get my fingers in. But if I can close all this up, it'd be interesting. Camera one hand. Oh, come here, you. Right. I'll do this to one side. Or about the other flat later. Oh, good time I got a message. I'm going to need two hands to take this lid off. Bear with me. Okay, slight little break. The vacuum seal on this box is pretty fantastic. But I'll move this out the way for you. Find some of this place. Here's what we've now got. An old Sydney Suburban S set, as I would remember them. I used to ride the full-size version of these back in the 70s and 80s. And this one down here will no doubt be the trailer car or dummy power car. And they come down extra bits. The shine on these is just like real metal, even though they're plastic. There's a heap of weight in the floor line. Go around here, you might be able to get an idea. The shine on these things are beautiful. And the pantograph is so well detailed. I'll have a better look at these in a moment on some track. And the back ends are flat. We've even got the buffer plates, multiple unit hosing, all sorts of details. Quite weighty for what it is. There's a creep bogey profile. It's got the gear mountings there for being powered. This is the dummy end. And here you probably have all sorts of DCC sounds that they put into it. Yeah, certainly highly detailed. I'm looking around 700 Australian dollars for a set of these. The backlight windows, as I remember them. So yeah, I'll go put this onto some track. And we'll see how it looks in just a moment. In the meantime, I'll go across here to my floodway scene and see if I can put this on the track properly. There we are. How's that for a view? see if we can get these pantographs to pop up. Oh, there we go. Bit of a slight twist. Standard cross arms. So most of these you'll clip diagonally opposite, so you can lock it down. Yeah, that's got it. So that's the dummy power car, and from what I'm led to believe, it'll have directional, or shall I say bi-directional head and tail lighting. This is in the original form without the stupid destination board on top. I call it stupid because it actually spoils the appearance. But this is in the original Commonwealth Engineering release. Commonwealth Engineering became known as Comeng, and after some years Comeng basically folded and became part of I think it was, no, not Anni Bredkin. I'll tell you in a while when I remember it, just having a bit of a mental blank. So yeah, that's over there. Let's have a look at the intermediate car. I'll find out in a while what these details are in the bottom of the box. This out. Okay, an intermediate car. Going to get over here in stronger light. Very basic in the sense. That's basically how they were built in full size. Again, Mini Models logo underneath. Same housings as if they were geared. And the same level of detail, fence and everything. So again, a little bit rough. Oh, I got that on the track straight away. That's on, almost I think. There we are, that's better. And standard KDs. They're all bloody beautiful. Well, after getting those ones out, and now got the power car out, and again you can't tell any difference. They look identical, except this one is a lot heavier. Again, you can still see all the great detail. And again, the other side. Even all the great detail here. Saying they're a plastic body, they look like actual metal. I'll just put this on this piece of test track that's here. And you can see as to how well it looks. Those of you who are interested, the recording date is the 1st of January 2026. And if I go over here to where the 36 class project's been temporarily placed, 32.6 degrees Celsius, that's in here. It's a little bit hotter outside, and it's around 5 to 3 in the afternoon. was a bit hotter than this. It's close to 36, I'm sure. However, I'll give this a little bit of a run so you can hopefully get to see how it is. That runs absolutely sweetly. So there you go. There's the power car. And if I come around from over here, well, hopefully soon I'll have my layout set up. Actually, on the 17th of January I intend setting my layout up, so that'll be another 17 days from now. And I'll have all 4 cars together on the layout. So if I pop that over here, roll that up to there. This is one part of the layout, which I call Wombat Flats. Geez, attractive effort on this. Gonna lift it slightly and drag it. There we go. For those of you who might be interested, this whole section, a module, is around 4 feet or 1.2 metres in length, or 1 foot wide, or around 305 mil. So this is the view of all 4 carriages together. Beautiful sight. And as I say, in a few weeks time I'll have the whole layout set up so we can give this a run. There's every chance that I will only finish this video then and upload it to the channel, but the old Sydney Silver double decks, the memories I have of riding these things as a kid and even into my teenage years, they were great trains to ride on. They had good get up and go. The windows may have rattled after many years, but the graffiti artists and vandals, they ruin everything for everybody. Don't know why you've got to have bloody vandals and graffiti artists. But that's as these would have been in their day. I'm just going to raid this tail car, which isn't as heavy, thankfully. And I'm going to put this over here onto the powered section of track. That's not too bad. Just got to get one axle right. Oh, something just fell again. Okay, just so you can see the tail end. We hand over the front there to darken it. There's all your headlights. North-south, which are these 2 over here. The east-west line, North Sydney line. All these are individual codings. So you either got your east-west line, which is these 2, Sydney to Parramatta and Penrith. That's Sydney to Hornsby. That was diagonally across, Sydney to Hornsby via the North Shore Harbour Ridge line, and things like that. In the tail system, your tails are standard. So if I hand over, you can see that a little bit clearer. And what I've been waiting on for 2 years now from a session is my V-set. So I've a bit of a, I suppose, what's the word I'm looking for? A sidetrack moment, you might call it. And as soon as my Precision V-set comes in, I'll probably park them next to this just for comparison. But in my sidetrack moment, I'm going to preview something that I wasn't going to show until my V-set came in. Okay, in amongst this little plastic tub of bits, V-set in N scale, 3D printed. The guy does it via eBay, called Sean D something or other, 7788 or whatever it is. He does a beautiful job. The pantographs, I'll tell you a bit more about them in a minute. But that's the level of detail. N-scale V-set. And the Bergs mini models S-set. Now my blue paint job is wrong, in that the blue I think is too dark and the greys are also too dark. But it'll give you some idea, if I can do this without dropping it, for a 3D printed body as a 4K set. Again, it is highly detailed. Let's come up to here for you. The camera will pick this up without going too out of focus. And it's done in, I know the easiest way to look at it is a dark grey. The light in here doesn't do it justice, I know. And the pantographs are the correct style. These are purchased ones. Again, what's wrong area? Here we go. Cross arms. And to be correct, majority of the original V-sets had red pantograph arms. And even if you look at the back end detail, there is that much detail for 3D printing. Sean, if you're watching the video, mate, you've done a bloody brilliant job of it. Now, I didn't end up getting these directly from Sean, but a mate of mine did. He bought 2 sets, one for me and one for himself. So this is just one of the units. And here's the other body by comparison. And notice in here there is number 1, and a mate of mine called John has actually done the internals for this one. That'll become the power car. So we'll end up with a power car. There we go. We'll end up with a trailer car. And in between there will be cars 2 and 3, which, I'll separate things out, gives you a full car train. Now, I've been waiting, as I say, 2 years for my Precision HO scale V-set. At this point in time, this will give you an idea what is available in N scale. So I'm looking forward to that. Got to quote an advert from Mac Loving It. This is the Green Max power chassis. Just got to drop the bloody thing. I'll come back here again, sorry folks. Double drive shaft. It's driven both ends, as you can perhaps tell. Very weighty little unit for what it is. And that is across. That's the power mechanism for the main power car. To go with the rest of the train, there are some tow mix bogies. Now if I can bring that up without bringing up dinner and lunch and everything else. There's the bogies as close as you can get in N scale. Certainly not accurate, but they're the bogies that'll go throughout the other three carriages. To give you an idea of some of the work that Sean has gone to, this is one of the interiors. My paint job makes it look a bit messy, but he's actually got the whole upper deck and he's got the whole lower deck. Plus he's got platform level, and he has included the staircases up and down, so he has gone to a fair bit of detail, and even gets around the, you can see down the corridor. So this is the tail end. So I've got to keep moving this thing out of the way of the camera. But yeah, there's the driver's controls end. So it gives you some idea when you look at the unit. So once it's all in place, half of my bad paint job you don't know, or don't realise. And it shouldn't really make that much difference either, because by the time you've got the windows in, windows have a gold tint, and it's a gold tint you won't be able to see through. So there are interiors for each of these carriages, and I'm just trying to get a few bits. Now the V-set, I do remember in their day when I was little. Remember the V-sets being in that colour scheme. So I'm trying to get mine to look exactly like this. And as you can see, my paint job, that's a start on the power car. I'm not really too happy with the grey. Grey should be lighter, and my blue should be more lighter. So I'm going to have to go back to French blue for the blue and the light grey, because that there's more like steel grey, which is wrong. And this one does have the interior in it, which you can only just see in this shot. And it does come completely with a little guard light above the door. You can actually cut them off and put a working guard light if you should choose to. But yeah, I'm going to change that to a French blue rather than a royal blue, because to me that's incorrect. But the pantographs of the model, that's them there. Green Max. And so that's the brand. There's two of these to a box. Catalogue number 5804. Can you wire them up to run off the overhead? I doubt it. So that's the pantograph unit. These are the, okay, I thought they were Tomics, sorry, I stand corrected. Kato is the bogies. So they're the bogies that I've got out at the moment. And the power mechanism, again, green max, engage, yep, and scale, that's the unit. Now, a mate of mine called John was able to get these at a pretty good price from ordering overseas. And I cannot understand a word of that gibberish, even if I put it the right way up. It doesn't make any more sense. However, that's what I'm working towards doing in N-scale. And that's the 4K unit, which you're having a sneak preview of in this edition. A bit later on, I'll probably do another Kev's Workshop series showing all this and then complete. So there you go, sneak preview from HO to N-scale. Many thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Hopefully it hasn't been too long and boring or too short for you. But we'll be back very soon and we'll do some running of this on the layout. Catch you again soon. Okay, for those who are interested, Sydney double deck Suburbans. This one has the ugly Desto board on top. It says mini models, Bergs Hobbies. That is the artwork for the box of the S series. And there's the artwork in the box for the W set. Old Sputnik cars. These were more or less 1920s through to the 1980s. These were 1970 at least. And what I'm also including in amongst all this to complete this setup, Decision Models V set. So together we're looking at 3 different sets. Okay, so here's a look at the S cars. Okay, so at least here you can see the old W set from the 1920s, the S cars from the 1970s. You can also see the amount of detail still. So this is the first time to have a run on the layout, and also I'm including the V set of Decision Models.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes, huh? Oh.
Coming through first up is the W set. Now, I've done the review on these W cars or W set before. It's just nice to get them out for a bit of a run. So here we can clearly see the S cars without the W set in the way. Now these are the second generation of S cars with the stainless steel intermediate cars. And these were made by Commonwealth Engineering, as was the V set. Okay, from the outside of the layout, you can get this S-car going. First run on A layout. Oops. Hammering up here.
Fruity one.
Dead spot.
Yeah.
Have to have the overhead wires for these to run around on. Or
I like the country side.
track diesels as well. I've got
And I've got a S6 to go with it.
Yep, and I've got
So M320.
yes. Well, I haven't. Well, the mate of me and Luke who killed and the
He did do them in Esco, I know.
Yeah, no, these are in HO, but they're good enough to blow up slightly. So, the demo is and they fit on my bed plate, but I'm getting a bigger printer shortly anyhow, so.
because then you have a
Okay, to sum it all up, this car's from Mini Models, Bergs Hobbies, and the W set. If you're ever interested, they're a bloody good running unit for what they are.